Welcome back to Daytime, and a topic that I think all parents out there are interested in keeping up on, and a lot of people in the city and across the country are always interested in childhood obesity. And I think there's been plenty of people that have been touched with this in their lives or know someone who has been. And Dr. Cheril Clarson, a pediatric endocrinologist from LHSC, is with us right now. Thank you so much for coming in, Cheril. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure, Bonnie.
Now, and I don't know if I mentioned this to you when we chatted earlier before the show. I was a little bit of a chubby child. I'm not going to say I was obese, because I wasn't, but I was a little chubby. And it's really become a major issue these days, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a major health problem. And the most recent Canadian information that we have in terms of how common obesity is from 2004. And it's now estimated that 1 in 4 Canadian children are either overweight or obese. And that has major health implications for now and also for the future as adults.
And tell us what some of those health issues will be.
Yeah, well, the most serious are diabetes, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure. And being an endocrinologist, I see lots of children who already have diabetes, so that's what I'm particularly interested in. And the type of diabetes that's specifically associated with being overweight or obese is type 2 diabetes, and it can be prevented.
Wow. Wow. Now, can it be, and this might be a silly question, but I don't know, if can it be reversed? Type 2 diabetes?
Yes.
It can be, okay.
Yeah, depending on how far along in the process a person is, but with improved lifestyle, improved physical activity, nutrition, then yes, it can be reversed.
And there is a new study called REACH.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about that, and that will hopefully help us solve this issue.
Yeah, so this is a study that we have just started at the Children's Hospital. We're working with people at the Lawson Research Institute and also the Health and Psychology Lab at the university, where they have a fantastic facility, a purpose-designed gym. And we are enrolling children who are aged between 10 and 16 who are obese. And it's a 2-year study, so it's a pretty significant commitment. And what the study involves is we're attempting to change lifestyle, so improving nutrition, improving physical activity. The program starts quite intensively with a 3-month program at the lab, at the gym, which involves going there 3 times a week in groups, and we think that kind of group interaction is really important.
Absolutely. Well, and it sure is, because I mean, I think anyone out there who's familiar, being an obese child or being overweight, it really has a lot of social implications as well.
Yes, absolutely. So, and I think there's probably some these children may feel less self-conscious if they're with other kids who are in a similar position, and we're really also focusing on trying to help them improve their sort of body image, self-esteem, and in the long term.
And that makes all the difference in the world. It really does. What do you think, and I know you're going to say the obvious answers, what do you think are the biggest culprits for obesity in kids today?
Well, 3 things. Poor nutrition, and it's not just the amount of food, but the kinds of food, like not eating enough fruit and vegetables, too much soft drinks, and not enough physical activity. The Canadian Pediatric Society recommends 90 minutes a day of physical activity for kids, and I mean, most kids don't get anywhere near that. And the third thing is too much sedentary time. So it's just not being active, it's sitting, it's texting, it's video games.
Well, I remember growing up, and we played, my sister and I, we had Atari at the time, back in the days, and we would play a half an hour of Atari a night, and maybe watch a half an hour of TV right after school, and then we were out at the barn with the horses, or we were out playing catch with my dad, or soccer, whatever it was, we were doing something. And nowadays it just seems like all these video games and all these things have taken over.
And also children are driven everywhere. How many kids walk? Not so many kids walk to school. So there's and it's the whole infrastructure.
When this study is done in 2 years, how can you help people not get into this situation after this?
Oh, that's a very good question. I mean, really what we need to do is start even earlier, because there is evidence that as early as 6 years of age, children who are obese have a 70 to 80% chance of being obese as adults.
Wow.
So we really need to start earlier with, kind of basic things like improved nutrition, for instance, more breastfeeding, that kind of thing, and really encouraging better lifestyle for families, and encouraging more activity generally.
And people who aren't in the study, they can whose children aren't in the study, they can still make some changes at home and still get their kids active and get them eating properly and really change their life. Because like you said, if it's an issue now, it's likely to be an issue later on, and we don't want those health issues to be in the way either. This is such a massive study, and it's so great that you're part of it. I'm sure that it's going to be lots of great information for you as well.
Yeah, we hope so, Vic, because we are looking at not just changing weight, but also changing physical activity. We're looking at risk factors for diabetes.
And we have about 30 seconds. How can people get involved if they want to be part of the study?
Right, they can call the Children's Hospital. I think is the number going to come up on the screen?
Yep, it's 519-685-8100, and also lhsc.on.ca
That's right.
website.
Yeah, there's a website. Yes.
All right, and so if you want to get involved in the study, definitely check out the website or call that number. And if you're not part of the study, you can still take some time and take care of that at home. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Before we go to break,